My name is Joe Konechny. I've lived in Scarborough, I was counting, probably almost 40 years now. I came to Scarborough from Chatham, Ontario to go to school at Centennial College. I've been here and used the transit system all that time. All I think about is when I was in college and waiting with my books, with my hockey equipment, because I played for the college hockey team. And it seems that that's kind of a microcosm of what's going on with transit here, is that the city council is just taking Scarborough for granted and putting all the perks downtown and nothing out here. To round it off, has taken me about 30 minutes to get from Warden and Kingston Road to the Centennial College campus that was, I forget what they called it, the Warden Woods campus. So it's now all condos and townhouses. But it would take a half an hour because you had to take a bus, the 69, to Warden Station, transfer to another bus if you wanted to, but then have to walk up to the campus basically from Warden Station. And when you're young, you don't really mind it, but also, if you're living downtown, you can walk to the U of T campus, or now you can walk to the Ryerson campus, Downtown, all the kids can walk to school they can either buy or rent downtown if they can afford it, and walk to school, or live on campus and walk to school. We don't know how good they have it downtown, and we won't know, and we haven't known for the 40 years that I've been here. If you think about it, all of our transit dollars are being spent downtown, and we are 40 years ago, that might have been fine, but now we are in the GTA, and it's like the development and the investment has leapfrogged over Scarborough, because the suburbs, Scarborough is a suburb still to some extent, but now, York Region, Durham Region, they're getting amazing transit systems, and Scarborough's being left out again. I think it really is the composition of the local government. I remember back and I'm dating myself, excuse me, but Ken Morrish was ready to live and die on the hill that there should be no LRT coming to Scarborough. It should be a subway service. Imagine how much money we would have saved if we would have built the subway in those days as opposed to today, and we would probably be thinking of connecting the subway to Durham Region by now. It was such shallow thinking, and I think it's the composition of the local council. Everybody downtown, it's me. All the councillors want is stuff for downtown, and sure, Toronto is an important part of the GTA, and all our economic development is based there, but we're going to suffocate the city if we don't build more subways. Anything is better than nothing at this point, and it does seem like a small length of subway, but then also, you have to think that there are connector systems that can be set up from the subway stations. Buses or streetcars can fan out and penetrate into the neighborhood, but otherwise people are isolated there, and of course they're going to drive. I think that the original idea of linking the Shepherd line to Scarborough was amazing, and it kind of cut off any development at the Vine. Had that come here as they planned years ago, after 2 or 3 decades of study it took to come up with that plan. If we had actually lived up to what we had planned and saw as a good thing, then the development of the city would be just dramatically different. You just think about Yonge Street. Had they not built that subway line, there would be no development up there. That's why things aren't developing as quickly as we like in Scarborough.